Hello. In this video, I'll walk you through how to set up and run the quality control for Metabolomics demo. We'll start by downloading the setup files, then launch the demo, explore some features, and finally enable email warnings and backups. You can also find a written version of this tutorial in the video description. First, make sure that you have the required prerequisites, which means Docker and Docker Compose. Let's start by creating a folder where you want to install QC4Metabolomics. In this example, I'm using Docker through WSL on Windows. I will use a WSL Ubuntu instance in this example, but there are instructions to do the same from a Windows terminal in the written documentation. First, let's make the folder. Then we will download the demo data. Then we unzip the file and remove the zip file. Now we can launch the program with Docker Compose. The first time it runs, it will pull the newest program files. Now open your browser and go to localhost. On the first launch, it may take a few minutes to initialize the database. If you see an error like no tables in the database, don't worry. It just means the initialization is still running. We'll try to reload it again. When the app loads, you'll notice there are no plots yet. Click on the Contaminants tab, and if nothing appears, then grab a cup of coffee and wait a minute. The system checks for new files every 60 seconds. Once analysis is complete, the plot will be able to load if you reload the page. Now, try adjusting the minimum intensity in any sample. For example, set it to 10 to the power of 3, and then you'll see which contaminants are the most common. Next, let's track a specific compound, tryptophan. Go to Track Compounds, Compound Settings, and enter these values that you'll also find in the written tutorial. Click Submit for each entry. After a few minutes, refresh the browser and you'll see tryptophan under Compound Stats. Now the data is ready. We can see how the retention times deviates slightly from the expected value we entered. We can see the same for the MSET value. You can explore the other tabs on your own. Now we might want to enable the email warnings. So first we open the settings file. We scroll down to the warnings section and we enable the module. Now you need to add your email settings. If you use Gmail, you'll need an app password, not your regular Gmail password. See the written tutorial for a link that shows how to do this with Gmail. Once you have made the edits, you can restart the program. We reload the page. Now go to the Warning Rules tab. Here's a sample rule to catch any file where the mass deviation is more than 30 ppm. Any matching file will trigger an email notification. If your email settings are correct, you will receive an email shortly. QC4Metabolomics also automatically backs up the database to the backup folder. You can adjust the backup frequency in the settings file. Finally, to update QC4Metabolomics to the latest version, you can use Docker Compose to pull the newest version. And then start it again with the same command you used to start it in the first place. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and I hope you will find QC4Metabolomics useful.